Hello and welcome to this audio edition of the Player Spotlight. And be sure to click that subscribe button and be sure to help me to continue to promote athletes throughout the United States and really and beyond. We have Player on Germany here once, and that'll help expand our reach. And I want to say that I'm excited to introduce the guest that's coming on today, as I had the opportunity to call some of her games when I was with My Town TV. She would, when she played maybe Ashland, Boyd, or Russell, had the chance to see her play a few times and call her games. And of course, she scored 2,500 points in her career at Pikeville, and also had over 1,000 assists. And I'm proud to introduce to you to 2024 Kentucky Miss Basketball, Trinity Rowe. And Trinity, it's so good to have you on here. And first off, let's talk about your game. And first off, when did your love for basketball, and you're known for that strong work ethic, when did that develop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basketball was my first love. I grew up, I had a basketball in my hand as soon as I could walk. Definitely found that from my dad. He played in men's leagues. I would just, find myself in the gym watching him, shooting around in between their games. So, I fell in love with it really quickly. I think seeing him, have that love, just kind of something that we could bond over, and I fell in love with it rather quickly. So we took it and ran with it, and I decided, I think I was 9 when I decided I want to be really serious about it, and talked with Dad, and I was like, let's get to work. So obviously took off from there, and super thankful for him and, my family for always supporting me. But, yeah, so basketball was my first love. Just fell in love with it just as I was when I was little.
Yeah, just you mentioned your dad. Just missed a chance to meet him up in Lexington and at the state tournament this year. And let's talk a little bit about him. And just for the record, I do not peg my show. It's a hobby for me. It's something I love doing. I do not take any paid sponsorships, but you mentioned that he ran some restaurants, and talk about that and just what all he does for the Pikeville community.
Yeah, so he runs a couple Dairy Queens around here, so he does really well. He's worked with them for, I think, ever since he was 18. He became partial owners of 2 of them, so he's doing really well in his restaurants. Not to be biased, but all my friends do say that his restaurants serve the best food, so I'm super proud of him and all he does. Just seeing him, my dad be the hard worker that he is. He doesn't have to go to work every day, but he wants to, just to make sure that his restaurants are flourishing, and just wants to be the best version of the restaurant that he can make it. And so just seeing him and have all that hard work just inspires me to want to do that whenever I grow up. So I think that's really important to me, and I hope the community appreciates it too.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you're quite the blizzard expert. What's your favorite blizzard?
I would have to go with the Oreo. Very simple, but it hits every time. You can't get it wrong.
Nice. And let's talk a little bit about the Pikeville community. And first off, of course, ended up being her last year at the school. Let's talk a little bit about Coach Orem, who's, of course, a successful coach, had multiple state tournament appearances with you. And talk about something maybe that you learned from her that is going to carry on through life.
Yeah, I think the big thing that's going to carry on for me is probably just the winning aspect. Ever since I started playing for her in 7th grade, all we knew was winning regions. That was our biggest goal, and we wanted to get to RUP every year. So we, made that goal, and we made it happen 5 times. So, obviously we were doing something right. I think we all, she instilled that winning mindset in our heads, and it stuck with us pretty well. So I'm going to try to carry that on into the college life. Obviously want to win conference championships, go to the big tournament, just stuff like that. I think that's that's going to carry on with me the most.
And let's talk about the city of Pikeville and what you like about it, and just the bond that you have with the teammates and fans. And It just seems like such a tight-knit community.
For sure, yeah. I think coming from a small town, makes everyone closer. I feel like everyone's family. Anytime I go out in the community, people, waving, smiling, sit and talk for 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes it makes it hard to go to Walmart by myself, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I absolutely adore this community and this town. I'm proud to be from Pikeville. It gets me a little emotional thinking about it, as I'm graduating this week, but I seriously could not be the person I am without everyone here. And my teammates, they're the best. I swear. Those are my sisters for life. I told them last week, I was like, y'all are going to be in my wedding. I'm texting in this group chat. I was like, nobody leave this text group, because I'm going to be inviting every single one of y'all to my wedding. And, hopefully later in life, we don't have to worry about that right now. But, yeah, they mean the world to me. Past teammates, current teammates, whatever it is, future teammates. I'm super excited to, go work with Southern Miss and those girls. But I think relationships is a really big part of my life, and I've been blessed to make so many unbelievable ones. And in the community, they're amazing. They've supported me, and I've had so many people reach out already, trying to help me any way that I can, especially my church family. They've been the biggest blessing in my life. I've already had them help reach out and connect me with churches down in Hattiesburg. A lot of FCA stuff, so I'm going to be, working that. I'm just super excited to, expand my faith even farther, because God, He's with me at all times. I know my family might not be able to travel with me at all times, but I know God's got me. So that gives me a little bit of comfort going so far away from home.
Gosh, and that's a nice answer all the way around. And before I get to the next question, you kind of think of how much things have changed, technologically, because it used to be 10 years after high school would be like, oh, hey, Sarah, what have you been into these past 10 years? And now you're at a reunion, and it's like, Sarah, did you enjoy that movie you saw last night? It's posting about it on social media.
Yeah.
How it's changed, and no doubt about it, too. You spoke about, of course, your faith in Jesus Christ and being a member of FCA, and talk about that a little bit and just the importance of it to you, because it's something I know you've been outspoken about, and and throw out a memory. And I know it's because put you on the spot and asking hey, what's your favorite memory? I know it's something tough, but when I mention a memory, just from that, just what's something that comes to mind?
Yeah, so I got baptized April 19th of 2019. I'm never going to forget that date. Or 2015, yeah. So when I was really young, I was 10 years old. I was I got super serious about my religion, and my parents always went to church, so I knew, who God was, but I felt like, He was really talking to me when I was growing up and, about to start middle school, so I was like, it's time to lock in. So I really took that and kind of ran with it and kept him really close, especially as I'm, going into new life changes, definitely getting closer with him. I've had, my church family, they've given me so many resources. They've gotten me, just daily devotional, just stuff to keep me, keep walking in my faith, and just to have people that walk with me is just unbelievable. I have a big friend group. We all, we're all Christians, and it's beautiful. They're obviously my sisters in Christ, and it makes us closer, I think. And my favorite memory, I pray before every game, and I always feel, some type of way, His strength just instilled in me. But I think my favorite was probably at the All-A state tournament. I think Tanya actually got a picture of me, and it was kind of I posted it because it was a special prayer that I'd never prayed before. I'm not going to share it because it was really personal. I was feeling, a little anxious. We've, obviously made it to the state, All-A state semifinals, but never made it to the championship. So in that semifinal game, I prayed a specific prayer, just to give me strength, give my teammates strength, give us the courage to, face challenges that we've faced and not yet conquered. And, He blessed us and blessed me, with that just extra push, I feel like. And we got over that hump this year. We didn't end up winning the championship, but I felt like He really just helps me in everything that I do, not just basketball. That's just, one of my biggest things that sticks out to me. But I could not be the person, player, whatever, anything without Him. He gives me all my strength, all my ability to play. I could not do anything without thanking Him.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely an important part of who you are, and of course, always so great to see people be so outspoken about their faith in Christ,
For sure, yeah.
yeah, you mentioned Trinity. The going back a little bit, you talked a little bit about your community and how tight knit you were. But talk about, because one thing that stood out to me tonight, you had eighth grade graduation, and
Mhm.
like you're more like, yeah, well, you're more like just like you have your team events and stuff that you do, but you go way above and beyond. Like, going to eighth grade graduation. I mean, unless, some people might have a relative that's there, and that's different. But you went there specifically to support those kids, and
Mhm.
talk about the importance of being a role model and why it's important to get after it and really
Mhm.
really take advantage of that opportunity to be a leader.
Yeah, for sure. I think, me having the leadership role that I do, I want to do everything I can to lead anyone who's watching me in a positive way. So I think just getting involved in everything that I can, being in the fan section of all of our sports. Like I obviously love sports, but it just brings me so much joy being able to watch some of my best friends go compete. And because I know they do the same for me, so I'm very active in making sure that I'm everyone's biggest cheerleader. And just like you said, like going to eighth grade graduation, like just having, some eighth graders reach out and ask me to come, like that just means the world to me. And having those relationships, like I said, is very important to me. But just being able to show up for them and knowing that it means so much. I didn't really understand it, that kind of my role in that until kind of this year, actually, because so many younger kids, like from the elementary school, like we walked through today or yesterday. That was this morning. Yeah, that's crazy. It feels like forever ago. It was literally this morning. We walked through the elementary school and just hearing like people chant my name like as I'm walking by, like Trinity, and just like waving, having all the little girls, even little boys, look up to me, wanting to give me high fives, having little girls walk with me through the hallways, like that's just amazing to me. And I'm glad I've kind of taken my platform and always stay true to myself and just show everyone that you can, be kind, supportive, and if the girl's crown is falling off her head, you want to put it back up and fix her crown. So I just think I've tried to do the best that I can, and I'm just glad that when I'm given a bigger platform like winning Miss Kentucky and, more eyes are on me, that I've been able to kind of stay true to that and never change for anyone and just keep being who I am. And I think I've done a pretty good job. I've had some parents reach out to me with some very heartfelt messages, just thanking me. And I didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but I'm grateful that I've been able to have great role models to teach me how to handle myself in these situations.
And if you could go back and of course it's hypothetical, if one of those seventh or one of those eighth graders that you talked to was Trinity Rowe, what would you tell her?
Man, never give up on your dreams. Your dreams are never too big enough. I know some people, doubted me, obviously. There's setbacks in anything. Me playing basketball, I'm short. That's just the facts. I'm short. So there's always going to be something that people are going to pick at. But you just got to take that and, kind of shove it in their face a little bit. So, okay, I can do anything I set my mind to. If I really want it, I can go get it. And I just think if every kid kind of felt that way and had that confidence in themselves, they could achieve great things. It doesn't have to be sports. It can be academically, just trying to go chase a job, whatever you want to do. You can do it if you set your mind to it. So you just got to believe in yourself. And if you get God on your side, that's just an extra bonus. He'll walk you through anything.
You mentioned being a shorter player, but one thing that sure isn't short is your training regimen. And talk a little bit about that, because of course you trained with Jordan recently, with him, and talk a little bit about like a typical day in your life training. And I know that can differ from in season to out of season.
Yeah.
But say off season, you're looking to get better for the next year. What's a typical day for you?
Yeah, I try not to do the same thing every day. Just give me a little bit different, looks every day, so I'm not, kind of burning myself out. I always look forward to going to the gym, just working on new things. So I think working out with Jordan, having a completely different aspect and just learn as much as I can from him was just incredible. I'm definitely going to take everything he taught me and try to, mimic it in my own workouts and then keep going back to him for more because he's like one of the best trainers I've worked with for sure. So thankful for him being able to, reach out to me and then get me down there. But yeah, so me and my little brother actually do a lot together. So we like to either, if we know we're not going to be able to get in the gym like later that day, we try to get in before school, get shots up, whatever we can do, whatever work, we plan out that day. We're going to try to get at least 2 workouts a day in basketball. And then we've been working out with Court Hayes. He does strength and conditioning. I've gotten so much stronger. My verticals went up. You just feel so much more confident, when you're strong. So I think it's been really important for me to build my, muscle, get quicker, just bigger, faster, stronger all around. So I think that's really helped me a lot. And then after Corey's, I tried to do just a little bit more conditioning on my own because recently I've been picking it up because I've been getting a little winded in my workouts, if I'm being honest. So we got to pick that up a little bit more. But just going week by week, I feel like I just see more things I need to work on. I'll add a little bit, take off a little bit if, maybe something's hurting or something. But doing a lot of recovery, I need to start doing more ice baths, hot tub, just doing heat cold, just taking care of my body. It's really important. And in season, I, just try to get a lot of shots up, just stay toned, stay fit, stay strong. But off season is a lot more bulk, trying to get a lot of work in. But, obviously still trying to enjoy my last few days as a, high schooler, but, still getting that work in for sure.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about, let's talk a little bit about your AAU play
Mm-hmm.
and what would be talk about the summer AAU team you played for and then maybe just a memory that you would have from that.
Yeah, so I played for Craig Campos, East Tennessee Air Thunder, my last year, and that was one of the best summers. It was fun. It was awesome. I love Craig. He's super energetic. He loves to win. He literally puts everything he has into coaching and into winning. So, very refreshing. Just have that energy when you step on the court. You already got this guy. You feel like you're up 10 points just by the way he's talking to you. So it was super fun. And we have Vez, he's one of our coaches. Super, super great guys. Very
Mm-hmm.
thankful for them. And the girls I played with, super talented. Lauren Hurst, she was invited to go play in the U18 USA trials. So, that's super cool. I played with her. You know what I mean? So, it was super fun. I had a lot of local girls. We were, East Tennessee Air, but we had a lot of Kentucky girls. So, we would joke around with Craig because he's from Tennessee. We'd be like, hey, shouldn't we just be like East Kentucky Air Thunder? But he didn't like that joke too much. But he was always, getting us out there. He had coaches at our games all the time. He did everything he could to get us recruited. And just super thankful for him. And, I played for FBC Reign. Love them. They were, I've only played with them for half a summer. My sophomore year going into junior. So, love them. Love those girls I got to play with. I've made so many relationships over the years for AAU. It's just awesome looking back at. I played for West Virginia Thunder a lot. I think from 7th grade, I think is when I started with them. And those girls, obviously, they're doing amazing things. Super proud of them. We're all going to be graduating here soon. So it's super cool to see and look back on. Just thankful for that whole program too as well. But thankful to finish it out with Craig because I met him in 7th grade. So it was kind of like full circle moment. So it was super cool. Awesome. Great summer. I think he kind of helped guide me in my direction, through deciding what college I wanted to go to. So just super thankful to have him on my side.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, all this that you're talking about, all this culminates at near the end of basketball season, and
Mm-hmm.
you end up being announced 2024 Kentucky Miss Basketball. And I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask this, but I'm sure it's fun to relive the moment. What went
Absolutely.
through your mind when you were announced?
I have to mention the suspense going into it because she was struggling a little bit to open the letter, to see who it was. So it was and your Miss Kentucky Basketball is. And I swear it was it felt like 20 minutes that she could open it. It was like 15 seconds. But I was sitting there, my heart's racing. I'm just like, is it me? I don't know. Like, there's so many talented girls in our class. But when she said Pikeville, that's all I heard. I heard Pikeville, heard my mom and dad start screaming. They're like 14 tables away, but that's all I heard. And I just dropped my head like immediately and just thanked God. Like, I had sent me a little, I was like, just thank you, Lord. And then I stood up. I look at Carly next to me, and everybody has the biggest smile. It was the greatest feeling in the world. I think it's definitely one of my fondest memories, obviously, of my high school career. Just, having all that work that you put into the game you love pay you back in such just an honorable way. That's the highest honor in Kentucky basketball, man. Like, that's crazy. And then seeing Travis Perry walk up there next to me, I was just like, I feel this is insane. Like, this, he's amazing. Leading scorer in Kentucky all time. That's incredible. And, just getting to know him, through this, we built a relationship, built a friendship. Super great guy. I just think that it was a great experience overall. That I've made even more relationships since then. So I'm just super thankful, obviously. And like I said, just thanking God. That was my first initial thought. I was just like, that's all I could think. I was like, thank you, God, because I couldn't have done it. It's not just me,
Yeah. Wow, very nicely said. Travis Perry, who was also a guest on the show before we switched to the podcast format. Yeah, it was pretty neat to and also one who was outspoken. Yeah, the Lyon County, their motto, G number 2G, glory to God. And
yep.
That's a big part of their team and talk about beyond winning Miss Basketball. How does it feel looking back in retrospect, seeing because you look at yourself, you look at players like Shaylin Steele, Audrey Biggs, Haven Ford, Ella Sellers. I mean, there's a whole bunch that I could mention. And talk about just the legacy that you all as a group have left behind for Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, I think it's very big footsteps to fill, and I think that'll push a lot of girls to work harder, I think us seeing girls ahead of us, such as like Savannah Wheeler, big names like that, just seeing them do what they did, and then it kind of gives us the inspiration to think, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. So I think we're kind of that next generation for younger girls to look up to, and just go reach their dreams. Because I feel like sometimes we think, oh, we're from Eastern Kentucky or we're from so and so region. Like, no one, we can't do those things. But in reality, obviously, you can make it happen if you really want to. So I think just leaving that legacy of, that you can do it. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you want it, you can go get it. And I just think that's really cool that we've all been able to do that and, just give the game as much love and put our whole heart into it. And I think that's what we did. It's definitely paying off. And I'm obviously super proud of those girls, just like the names you've mentioned and so many more. We're doing great things, super big things, and I just obviously want to wish everybody good luck too. We're all, it's just awesome to see, and I've been, thankful to build relationships with all those girls you just mentioned. So it's been super cool and been blessed to do it with them.
And talk about now some other questions to get to know you better, Trinity. First off, you mentioned your brother, and what are some hobbies or just something you get a moment off the basketball court? What's something that maybe you like to do?
Yeah, so I have two brothers. I have an older brother, Landon. He plays football for UPike here at home. And then my younger brother, he'll be a junior next year. So we are very active. We'll do anything, any game, ping pong, cornhole, anything competitive, we're doing it. We really like to go to the lake as a family, do jet skis, and obviously we're racing because we're competing in everything we do, seeing who can stay up the longest on the water skis. Like, we make everything competition, but it's super fun. Definitely love having, brothers. They're sometimes a pain, but definitely thankful for them. And my mom, she has to be kind of the peacemaker sometimes of our, little competitiveness because Dad's the worst for it. But she's getting into it now. She's been accustomed to it, so it's super fun, throwing her in there, seeing how competitive she can get sometimes too. So we definitely have fun in anything we do. Will, my younger brother, he's played AAU now, so we're doing, kind of his trips like they did for me. So we try to make it a little fun, not just basketball. For me, it was kind of, it was very hectic, but we're trying to add a little more fun to it. So we take some trips together. Anything we can, spend time together, especially with me leaving here soon. We're trying to make it happen. So we're super close. We try to do everything together, whether it's just, going out to eat sometimes because Landon's in college now and mom and dad are working. Obviously hard sometimes, especially with our hectic schedules in sports, but yeah, we get active sometimes. We go to the lake, we got a boat, so, we try to go to the lake every now and then, but that's probably my favorite hobby is going to the lake.
And what about, I think probably pretty obvious, but one I usually ask from your earlier answer, favorite place or better yet, your favorite place to go to that's not one of your dad's restaurants.
Okay. We just got a Drake's here, so I really like Drake's. It's a little pricey, but that's definitely our go-to now. But I really like Buffalo Wild Wings. Anywhere I go with my friends, that's my favorite place. Like we used to go to B-Dubs like every week, so I definitely am a big fan. But yeah, I'd have to say either Drake's or B-Dubs, and they're like right beside each other. So I think they just knew that I loved them, so they had to put them right beside each other. Easy for me to access,
Mm-hmm. And your favorite memory playing basketball, and this could be from the time you were able to hold one, or just a memory that stands out to you.
Yeah. Okay, I got two, because one just popped in my head. Definitely my first time playing at Rupp. That was, I was a scared little girl, but when I stepped on that court, I checked in for the first time. I was like, yeah, I belong here. I'm going to show y'all what's up. So it was super cool. I'll never forget that moment. Warming up, I felt like I was literally on an NBA court. I was like, yep. Everybody watching. It was super fun. So that was definitely my favorite. And then another one was when I was, I think, like 5 or 6. This is crazy. We did like a parent versus player thing kind of in our tournament for like our last game. And I just remember playing my dad, and I was dribbling the wrong way. I was trying to go score on the wrong basket, and that was, very embarrassing, especially because my dad's like, he's a little hooper, so he was like, dude, I did not teach you this. Like, what is wrong with you? And he would literally steal it from me. Like, dude did not let up. I was like 6, and bro is stealing it from me, blocking my shots. Everyone else's parents are like acting like they're playing defense. Like, not dad. Dad, he was teaching me right. So, I just remember that for some reason. I don't know why, but definitely a core memory for sure.
What's a cool fact about you? Something that maybe nobody knows.
I'm left-handed. I write with my left hand. I do everything, almost everything with my left hand, other than shoot. I actually started out shooting left-handed when I played Little League, but it just did not work out very well. So Mom decided that we should try with my right hand, and it was just natural. So everything else other than basketball, I'm left-handed.
That's awesome. And well, before we do shout-outs, one name I want to bring up to see what you'll say, Larry Vaught.
That's my guy.
That's awesome. And any shout-outs you'd like to give, Trinity?
Shout out to my fam. I love them so good. All my girls back home, high school teammates. I was with Kylie Hall tonight. That's my best friend. Love her so good. All my teachers, all my coaches. Love y'all. And shout out Coach McNellis and Southern Miss because I'm on my way.
Awesome. And my final question for you, Trinity. Usually the shout-outs is the last question, but what do you want your legacy to be at Pikeville?
I think I want to be remembered as someone who left a positive impact, was always smiling, making sure everybody felt seen, heard, loved. yeah, I like to wear this sweatshirt at least once a week that says, I hope you know how loved you are. Because I just want everybody to have that kind of feeling. Because I feel loved in every room I walk in. So I just want to kind of reciprocate that. And obviously, I want to be known as a great basketball player. But I think I can use basketball in a bigger sense, like I said. So I think I hope to be remembered as one of the best basketball players from Pikeville. But if that's not what I'm remembered as, I would rather be known as like a good person who, lit up every room she walked in. So I'm going to try to keep being that person as I grow up and, keep going through life. But I hope I've kind of left that legacy as I went through my high school career.
Very well said, Trinity. And we want to say thank you for your time. And we want to say, be sure if you're in Pikeville, be sure to stop by DQ, grab yourself a blizzard there. Get one of those Oreo blizzards that Trinity talked about earlier. Yeah. and we want to say thank you all for tuning in and listening to this episode of this audio edition of the Player Spotlight. I'm finally saying listening now. I keep wanting to say watching with the hundreds that I've done that are live. But we want to say thank you. God bless you. And we will see you soon. Good night, everybody.